Hello Virgo, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of November 19th through the 2nd of December 2024. This is a reading if you're Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising, or have another significant Virgo placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. This is going to be a full horoscope spread with the cartouche cards, which are the main deck that I use. And we will be clarifying these today with my tarot deck. The deck we're using this week is the Egyptian Tarot, and our follow-up oracle will be the Between Worlds Oracle. And if you want to know more about my work, if you want to book a tarot reading with me, I do astrology, I offer classes on intuitive development, I do dream workshops, I do Rahani healing, Reiki healing, all kinds of things. If you want to know more about my work, my website link is in the description below. You can also follow me on Instagram at transition.life.coaching. I do a morning live stream every day, which I eventually upload them in batch here to YouTube. But when I upload them, they contain a coaching topic, and they also contain a tarot reading for each day. So so if you want to join me live, you can join me 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. At least right now, that might be moving to 7:30 towards winter. But you can join me for that, or you can wait for the YouTube upload as well. But whatever you want to know about my services, description box below. Okay, so enough of that business. Let's get on with your reading here. Now, this is a very active time. We've just had a full moon in Taurus, which is conjunct Uranus. Uranus has been opposed to the Sun. Jupiter and Uranus were conjunct again, which is kind of mirroring a conjunction that we had back in April. We also had Saturn going direct. Pluto is going to be moving into Aquarius on the first day of your reading. So this is big monumental change. I mean, these are changes with the outer planets, and the outer planets are slowly going to start moving direct. Right now, I think they're all retrograde, except Pluto, and now except Saturn's. But I think Uranus and Neptune still are, but they're going to start going direct. And eventually next year, some point, probably around May, I believe, they're going to be moving into Aries. Saturn and Neptune are going to move into Aries. So we've got, there's quite a lot that's going on. And when the outer planets make big shifts, then this often has global changes. Okay, so I think we've been feeling a lot of these shifts very recently. So, so let's start. I normally lay the tarot on top of these, but I'm going to start with these right now, and then we're going to get into the tarot, because I just want to get an impression right now. Some of you may be going for a new job or career, because I see Scarab up in the 10th house of career. Possibly something of leadership of some kind, because you do have Osiris down here in the card of work. But we also have in the 3rd house here, okay, Mercury is going to be retrograde as well. That's going to be the other thing coming up during this time period. And in your house of Mercury, you do have some kind of a difficulty here with Seth. So this could be short distance travel. It could be problems with communications, technology, that all of that's possible. With the Crook and Flail, this could be something where you're not sure if you're on the right side of the law with something. Because Crook and Flail often shows up when we're not sure if we're, doing the right thing, if we've not done the legal thing, if we haven't, I don't know, there just seems like there's going to be some kind of a barrier. This sometimes has to do with siblings as well, so take that as it resonates. There does seem to be some kind of a change in your home situation. Some of you, this could actually be a physical move, but it could just be some kind of a change that you're making. For some of you, this could literally be a change with water. Like some people could be, I don't know, adding a water softening system or getting plumbing taken care of or something. Sometimes it has to do with that. But this is showing up in the house of home and family, so there's definitely some kind of a shift and change and some kind of a joint financial situation here, possibly, because you have twins in the 8th house. This could also just mean a relationship that's going to be significant as part of your transformation. So those are some of the main things I'm seeing. Overall, we are seeing kind of a test period here. The pyramid generally comes up when we have some difficulties to overcome, or if we have to wait, we have to be patient for something. But ultimately, it does seem to indicate good news eventually. But for right now, we might not be quite feeling that way. So let's see what we have here for you. I gave these a good shuffle before and cut before we started so that we could look at these. Okay, now your 1st house, which is your house of personality, how you present yourself. Okay, so first of all, with Anubis, you're kind of keeping to yourself right now. Okay, this is a card of maintaining your boundaries. It is a friendly card, okay, because Anubis is a card of somebody who's a good negotiator, somebody who has a sense of humor. So it's not a card of somebody who is antisocial in any way, but it is a card of somebody who kind of wants to protect their own personal boundaries. And we have it with the Wheel of Fortune. So this seems to be connected to major life changes, or perhaps you're needing some time to yourself because you may be absorbing a major life change that's occurred recently or is in the process of occurring. When Wheel of Fortune comes up, I always feel like it's saying there's a major turn in the wheel of some type. Now, whether this is on an individual or collective level, when maybe it has to do with your feeling something that's going on collectively, or whether this is just about a major shift that's happening in your own life, I feel like you are kind of trying to take a time out. Again, you're not necessarily shying away from people or being hostile or anything like that. But this is more of a card of, negotiating things, but also kind of keeping your boundaries and keeping your space. Now, there's something going on with money here. Let's see. We've got the Queen of Pentacles with Sirius. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles is a Taurus card. Okay, this could be a strongly feminine card. This has strong mother energy to it, but it does not have to be about somebody's mother. We have it with Sirius. So Sirius seems to indicate something that has to be endured, like a strength or a difficulty, or maybe needing to look at a situation differently, or needing to look at something that's financial. This could be trying to make us look at money differently. This could also indicate just some physical struggles with money. But again, with the Queen of Pentacles, this generally brings abundance. This brings money. I mean, this is generally a positive card for finances. So it could just be that there's some kind of a situation around money that that may take some endurance. Because for Sirius, I don't think. I mean, it could be spending money on somebody's health. That's a possibility there, because this does have to do with one's physical health. But it more has to do with what we have the strength to go through, like having the strength and resources to go through something. So, and I often find that it comes up, just for example, if I'm going to the airport and I get the Sirius card about my journey, it's like, oh, okay, you got to stand online and check your bag, and then you got to stand on the TSA line, and you got to wait for your plane. Like, there's just stuff that you're going through that may be normal. There could be some delays. There could be some irks here and there, but ultimately, I mean, you get there. It's not like a major crisis. And that's kind of how I feel about Sirius. It's like, okay, there's just some stuff that has to be gone through, maybe some red tape or having to wait for something or having some kind of back and forth. Like, that's what Sirius feels like to me. And like I said, this could be about a particular person's finances. This could be about your own. But yeah, there's something connected to finances here, and like I said, if this has to do with an individual, I don't know why I'm feeling like it does. And again, this is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy, so it could have to do with you, but I feel like this has to do with somebody else. I don't know. I get a strong mother vibe for this one, but it does not have to be the case. Queen of Pentacles could just mean that you are trying to establish security, and maybe you've got to jump through some hoops to kind of get there. Okay, so in this Gemini house, and it's funny, you got the Gemini card here, which is the Lovers. So I feel like there's some kind of a difficulty here, or there's some kind of, either with communication or with there's some kind of communication difficulty here. I mean, crook and flail to me ultimately means being on the right side of the law. Okay, so maybe there's some kind of a problem here, and there's this energy of maybe wondering whether or not you've got it right, whether you've got the authority for something, or whether or not you're in good with somebody in authority. I don't know. There's a strong angle of that here, and I feel like there could be a legal matter here that could be where there could be a little bit of a tussle, or maybe there's a delay. But with the Lovers, this strikes me as having to make a choice. And this is interesting because you have this Twins card up here in your 8th house. So with the Lovers here and the Twins, I can't help but to feel that they're connected, that this is something about a financial arrangement. I could be wrong, but take it as it resonates. But I do feel like there's something connected maybe to finances. And the fact that I'm seeing red tape and legal red tape over here is kind of interesting. But yeah, there could be some decisions that you have to make in this area. And crook and flail ultimately, again, indicates, I feel like the phrase I'm getting is having the law on your side, or being able to be confident in what it is that you're doing, okay? So whatever's happening here, I feel like you're going to come out on the right side here. We've got, let me just look at the legal house for a minute here. We've got Lotus here with the 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, this is in the 9th house, and this is almost like a fear of poverty, a fear of not having enough money for something, okay? And that's very interesting. Like there's some kind of a difficulty here. And, but Lotus is saying not to worry, okay? There's not, this seems to indicate that there may be anxiety about this, but that it's unfounded. Like, well, not unfounded, I shouldn't say that. But whatever it is you've been nervous about, I think it's going to be fine. Now, this could also have to do with expansion of horizons. So if you are planning on taking a long trip, if you are planning on going back to school, something like that, maybe there's a fear that there's not enough money for that either. I mean, if there's a connection there. But again, there's this sense of not to worry. I feel like there's worries about scarcity, but that these worries, the word I'm getting is, I don't want to know if they're unfounded. I think there's, there may be reasons why you have those worries, but more that those worries are not going to come to fruition. Let's look again at this 8th house situation. We have it with the 7 of Wands. Yeah, so there's this joint situation, but there's also this sense of standing your ground. So I don't know. There could be a family situation going on here around that has to do with money. That's kind of what I'm feeling. There could be some family situation connected to money. There could be siblings involved because it's this house that's a problem. And I feel like it's something where it's like you're in the right and you have to stand your ground. This just keeps coming up. So whatever it is. So that's interesting. I feel like that might be a specific message, though, for somebody. More generally, I just feel like this is a time when, again, if you're not in this kind of a situation, then the twins would just, again, indicate part of your transformation that's going to involve another person. But again, there's still a situation in which you're going to be standing your ground, where you feel like you know what you're working towards, and you don't want to be dissuaded from it. And you shouldn't be, because again, there's this strong sense of what's right. That's definitely the message I'm getting here, regardless of what all this means. You know what's right. You know what the right thing is to do. You have the strength to move through whatever hoops and obstacles you have to move through. Now, okay, in the 4th house of family, okay, we have the 4 of Cups with the Water card. So 4 of Cups often indicates dissatisfaction, missing an opportunity, or just not seeing what's there. And again, this is an atmosphere of change and movement. But I feel like there's just something about it that's... 4 of Cups just indicates something about it that is not... I don't want to say, that there's boredom is not the right word, because even though that is associated with this card, I feel more it's like there may be looking more, not looking at what one has and only looking at what one doesn't have. And that's interesting given everything I'm seeing around finance that I think may have to do with the home for some people. It could be that you're making a move or a change too, and that maybe if you're moving into a new space, maybe there's a lot of great opportunities with it, but maybe you're going, oh, but it doesn't have this and doesn't have this. Like there's just this sense here that either we're bored, or we could be wanting to make a move or change because you're bored. I mean, that's a possibility here too. But there's definitely a sense here of dissatisfaction with something connected to the home, or some kind of change maybe that's being made. But I think there's a need to look to opportunities maybe rather than shortcomings in a particular situation. Okay, as I mentioned, in the 6th house, you've got the 3 of Pentacles with Osiris, okay? So in work area, yeah, this is not only a leadership position, but this is you being recognized for work that you're doing, okay? 3 of Pentacles brings recognition. It can also bring increased finances, but there's definitely the sense of working together or working as a team with somebody on something. And this could have to do with your actual job, or this could just be connected to, this is your own house. This is Virgo energy. So this could just have to do with areas, maybe something you're worried about. Maybe, you're going to have people coming in and helping you. If it has to do with a health issue, this definitely indicates stable health. There's a lot of stability and security around this. So if there has been a health issue for you, this is definitely not, this is definitely a very good sign of being in a solid and secure kind of a place. But I feel like this more has to do with work. And if I connect it up here, yeah, Scarab, for some of you, this is a new job or there's a new beginning around something. connected to what it is you're contributing to the world or what your work is. And you have it, again, with your own energy, with Hermit energy, Virgo energy. So whatever this changes, Hermit is a card of wisdom. So I don't know if this means that, you are going to be called upon to use your experience and your know-how in a particular situation, or if this is just something that a change you're making where you need to give this a lot of deep thought. Like, I feel like there's a sense of you stepping back, like something has changed in your career or in what you're offering to the world. And, you're thinking very, very deeply about this. Like, there's a lot of inner reflection that's going on about the direction that you're going in. Or at least there needs to be. I feel like there's things you need to consider carefully. Okay, so let's look at the Aquarius house. This is the house of of friendship, and it's also the house of what you're trying to manifest. Okay, and you've got 8 of Cups with Isis. Okay, now Isis, again, strong mother energy. I've seen it here. But this may be a situation where you need to be patient. Maybe you're seen as a nurturing person or a caregiving kind of person in a particular situation. Or you could just have, this could just be that your friends are actually going to help you with this. You may have friends around you who serve this kind of a role. Certainly in terms of manifesting your goals, it's telling you to be patient. And the 8 of Cups suggests walking away from something. Something maybe that you've done for a long time, or that served you well for a long time, or that's been part of your life for a long time. There's a sense of walking away from it to something where, I don't know, or maybe you can play a more nurturing role, or maybe you can be with people who you feel nourish your soul more. Isis also seems to indicate, something that requires patience and maybe requires a certain level of compassion as well. Now, if we look in the 12th house, okay, you have the Queen of Swords with Hathor. Okay, Hathor, again, is your own energy. Your energy is showing up all over your own reading, Virgo, which is interesting. But this is about getting mobilized, getting organized. Again, strong feminine energy here. And this is in the house of, this is in the house of self-doubt. This is the house of what we keep hidden. So, yeah, there's this very strong feminine energy here. So, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot here that seems to be concerned about, getting things organized. I feel like there's been some, you've got the Wheel of Fortune here, and you've got the Hermit. Like, there seems like there's been some kind of a significant life change, and you are trying to get organized. You're trying to find your footing, trying to feel at home again, because maybe right now you don't quite feel that way. And with the Queen of Swords, you may be looking at everything from a very clinical, detached, cold, just the facts kind of way, or maybe looking at things very, very cynically. There's like a cynicism here that maybe you're not showing to people. Okay, you may be putting on the usual practical, amiable face that Virgo has, but there may be a lot of cynicism that is kind of buried here, and. So I think this is saying that, you may not be looking at things from I feel like you're just not looking at, like I said, 4 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. There's a lot of energy here, I think, of you just, I don't know, something is leaving you dissatisfied. You're not really happy where certain things are, but it's just trying, maybe at the moment, you're just very, and there seems to be something here where, you're saying, am I in the right on this? Do I make the right decision? Am I in the right on this? And I think it's saying that you are. Let's look at relationships. If somebody is single, wow, there's definitely a chance for a powerful new beginning if you're single. We have the Ace of Wands with fire. So this is like a passionate love affair, okay? This would be, somebody, if you're looking for love, there's somebody here who's like super interested and is super, feels super passionate about you. If you're not looking for love, then this could indicate that you're going to have some kind of real strong creative spark or inspiration. This is a very strongly creative energy, and it says, these are both cards, double cards of inspiration. So perhaps you're going to be inspired with your creativity. This can have to do with children as well. So, maybe this relates to a child in some way. But, but there's definitely, like I said, either a passionate love affair or very, very strong creative urge. And if we go here, you've got the Sun. Oh, wow, you've got double Leo energy in your relationship house. So for somebody, this is like, this could be a fire sign person, could be Aries, Leo, or Sag. I mean, again, this is double Leo energy right here in your 7th house. Leo energy could just be somebody who's known or who's recognized for something, okay? This is about recognition, and this is about clarity that comes in with the sun. It's a very warm, positive energy. It is also about children and family, and Horus is also about this as well. So it does seem like there's going to be a partnership, and I don't know maybe if it's this one that we see up here, but there definitely seems to be this idea of yeah, I mean, seeing that with all of these cards of recognition and passion, yeah, I don't know if somebody here, there's like a ton of fire in your relationship areas. So somebody here could be going out with somebody or meeting somebody who is, who is known for something, I mean, who's in the public eye, who's very visible, who's very much seen. And this could just mean that you have a partner that does some kind of work that makes them very visible or seen as well. But there's this is very strongly creative. It can be it's about healing. It's about clarity. It's about the warm light of the sun coming down on something and, illuminating things. And again, Horus is about coming together with family as well. So I feel for some of you, this may be a new chapter in which maybe if you have a family, like spending more time with children or kind of revitalizing family relationships, that could be a thing here. But although there does seem to be some issues over here, or this could just indicate, like I said, I feel like somebody here has a chance for a relationship with somebody who's very, very visible, okay, in some way. They do something that's in the public eye. People know them for. And this just seems like a very strong and impassioned relationship. Maybe even somebody who you're going to do work with of some kind. Because this could be a work partnership. This does not have to be a romance. This could just be an inspired kind of a partnership that you have with somebody. But all that looks very, very good over there. So if you're looking for love, I feel like those are very, very positive signs. But again, a lot of fire energy there. So this could just be a very passionate relationship. Does seem to have the potential for long term though. So overall, yeah, you've got Pyramid with the 7 of Cups. So the problem here is, this is a matter of things being resolved with time, and 7 of Cups says we don't know what's real and what's not real right now. This is like trying to figure out, and like I said, you've got this unconsciously. If something is looking a certain way, you may be feeling in the back of your mind, you may be very cynical about it, but there's definitely a sense of not wanting to be deceived when the 7 of Cups comes up, and so I don't know. I feel like this is you taking a time out, Virgo, just trying to figure out where you're at with certain things, because there's just this energy here that you are some kind of a big crossroads. There does seem like there's something going on around finances, possibly around family or home, and that you are where there's some kind of or something about a joint financial arrangement where there could be some difficulties. I should mention, though, of course, during Mercury retrograde, this is not a time to sign contracts or to do anything like that. Again, nothing that you can't overcome. I think you're on the right side of the law, or doing the right things, and it's the right thing. So you want to stand your ground on it if you feel like you're being challenged by somebody. But yeah, I feel just more like this is kind of a lot of cynicism here, where you're not really sure to trust any good fortune that you might see here. You might be feeling like, but I feel like the good fortune is there, but it's just not right now. I just feel like you're not really, you're not at the point yet of maybe either accepting it or, it may just be encouraging you to look for what the bright side is. Okay. The card you have this week from the Between Worlds deck is Curiosity. Okay. And the Curiosity card, let's see what this is about. Let's see. Okay. A colorful fledgling perches at the edge of a great expanse with a glimmer in its eye. What's to come in this world? What's new to experience? The journey may be full of obstacles, and the first flight is always awash with nerves. Stay curious and open. The imagination is a gateway to liberation, and now is a time to explore what's possible. Okay, so that's interesting, because 7 of Cups can also be a card of possibility. Okay, thinking, dreaming big, whether things ultimately can be brought to the real world or not. So I don't know. I feel like this is telling you, I think if I'm going to summarize your reading, Virgo, it's, look for possibility and opportunity. That's what I think this is telling you here. And I think you know what is right for yourself, so don't let other people sway you from what you know is right. But definitely, yeah, I know you've been through some big changes recently, and maybe you're putting up some boundaries, but definitely there's this energy here of, yeah, kind of stay positive and look to what's possible. So I hope this reading was helpful, Virgo. If you did like this reading, please hit the thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified about future videos. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.